package there for Doinb as well. And they now know that there's 3 people topside. As you can see now, Doggo trying to go in full on top of the Lucian. They can't take the damage. The Rend is too good. The Nautilus Callista combination, 2 kills the BLG, and now we got a 3v3 in the top side. The Viego is dead as the Rift Herald still trying to bat around these health bars. It's BLG winning on absolutely all fronts. Doinb picks up a minor win on the kill, but at the end of it all, it's a 3-for-1 and the Rift Herald, the BLG.
With the power that BLG have, I think it would be a bit of a wrong choice.
You can see Doinb with those big ones. He is still doing significant damage, so you will have to be very aware of what's going on here. But now Wei maybe looking to try and engage on this top side. You can see Ala just deleted right there. And
his dives, his flank, is BIN finding his way onto Doinb or Light, comboing up with the Galio and deleting the backside.
Oh,
Doggo exposed!
They didn't get the hook, so he has to fully invest in with the Tempered Fate, or excuse me, the Fate's Call, and then they're going to go straight in. Doinb still had the package, so he went from the bottom of the map to the top and got the kill. They trade back 80 carries, and now the Nami is dead. They are going to try and get the taunt down on top of it, but Ala is a very tanky boy. There's the Heartbreaker in. Can he get any more resets? Yes, he will, and it's the Wukong. BIN needs to run away because he is going to be dead to rights. Double kill for Doinb, and LNG sparking to life.
And I'm so surprised that BLG committed into that fight once their AD carry was down. Sure, you're able to find one back in return, but Callista is really your only source of consistent damage. Like, BIN, you're a melee champion, you're getting in melee range. They have a solid front line in the Scion. They have Nami who can keep you at arm's length. Like, there's so many things that LNG can do. They found the team fight they wanted. Doinb is now 4-0 on this Corki pick. And we'll see exactly how it happens as Doggo starts to clear the ward, but this is the all-in that we talked about that typically comes from the Lucian with the Gale Force. Isn't able to bring him down, but the package from Doinb is enough. But still, now you're missing an 80 carry, and you're all-inning onto the members of LNG where we hit on. They have this front line. They still have consistent DPS coming out from the Corki. Like, sure, you found 2 members, but you just set up the Viego for some resets.
That big one literally hit all 4 members, and it brought them down to lethal setups as such. But 4-0, like you just mentioned, for Doinb, and he is starting to become a very scary boy. And I'm a little scared because I don't want to see a Corki meta come back at all because it's just so not fun. But when you're doing damage like that, it's hard to argue against it, and that is just a great win there for LNG, who again we said was starting to feel like the game was slipping away for them, and now it's the closest person to him has been. It's about 2,000 gold gap.
Yeah, I mean, Doinb is going to be huge at this point, right? And always will be a full, like, almost a full screen away when he is dealing his damage with the Rockets because he is going the AP build, which just has been more prevalent. And I feel like fits his playstyle so much more as a champion, right? You can theoretically do more damage with the AD build if you can get in range to auto. But if you're in range to auto, typically the enemy champions have a ton of CC and can kill you. So I think it's just going to be way more that we usually see this build just stay meta even going forward in the future. And now this pick that we were like, kind of surprising to see this come out, especially for Doinb, is paying off.
Yep, it really is. He's already got himself up to 2.5 items. He's got a stopwatch in the back pocket as well. This is becoming a very, very scary individual. 300 gold bounty on him as well. And honestly, I like how Light, despite dying and not officially getting the kill, he wasn't afraid to go for that trade. He wasn't afraid to just gotta put himself into absolutely crazy harm's way because he recognized that probably at this point, he's no longer the carry or the primary carry of LNG. It is going to be on Doinb. It's going to be on the resets of Tarzan. And that kind of brings us back to spring 2022, where it's Tarzan and Doinb. We argued at the start of spring were the best jungle mid combination of the entire league.
Yeah, and I mean, this time around, right, we didn't really see too much activity come out from them. Kind of standard with the draft that they opted for, but BLG now playing really aggressive.
Very aggressive. They will get 2 ultimates out of the side of LNG, but you can see there, BIN was looking for a flank, but now he's completely separated. We're going to see them flash in with the Scion to try and get the knock up as Crisp is taking very, very low, not quite getting taken out. BIN will get fully committed on, and he will die before he's able to get any damage out, and Light still survives. He doesn't fall, and he keeps himself going. This is all LNG, and they can look for the Baron.
And, I mean, they all in on the Light. Doinb is the big damage dealer for the side of LNG. If you don't bring him down, it all means nothing. You've already hit on a machine. LNG going to be able to pick up this Baron. And, I mean, I guess for Weiwei, right, you have nothing else to go for. You try and go for the steal. We'll see if he's able to find it.
I mean, Allah's there playing bouncer. You don't have to go home, son, but you can't stay here. And he's not looking for a favor, but he's looking for an axe to grind. Wei trying to see if he can use the stop, start. Maybe look for something. He's gone in, but just a little too early. Tries to kill off Tarzan, but it shall not happen. They get the smite down. It's a 1,000 gold lead going over to LNG. And we're going to have a look at the replay here. They commit everything on this botch dive.
Yeah, I mean, they throw out the hook. It isn't able to connect. Now you have your disengage come out. Sure, they're able to get away a little bit, but still, having the engage to be able to follow up for LNG in the Scion, find a huge knock-up, and gets chunked out so low. Bin was waiting on the flank the whole time, and just over-committing for this when his team's already so low. And again, even if it worked out and you killed Light, it doesn't matter. They still have their damage dealer up in the Corki. And yeah, LNG just able to play off of BLG's mistakes.
This is starting to get a bit away from BLG. They're not really looking that cohesive. Again, I like the style that Bin's trying to bring to this team of being a bit more volatile, a bit more off the chain, and kind of force them into situations. But that's the craziness that you have to try and pay for. Sometimes it's amazing. Sometimes it's that situation where you overcommit, you overgive resources. Fair enough, if you lose your Nautilus, it's not that big of a deal. You can still defend the Baron, but because you lost everybody else on top of that, you just can't do anything about it.
Yeah, and again, we're at the point where for BLG, they're going to try and play out through sides, try and win with Camille's pressure because no one can answer him. The problem is, for LNG, I mean, now they have Baron, so they can't just siege you down 4v5. They have the Corki and just answer so nicely. But LNG are on soul point, so you can't just go for the split push strategy forever. Though, someone on LNG should answer it for now.
I mean, they are, but now that they've already answered, you're going to see a TP flank coming in. Double TP flank has Bin and Fofo trying to find themselves, but they're not able to make the pincer work. And I like the idea, but for BLG, unfortunately, LNG are just wise to your tricks.
Yeah, realizing that it was going to go down. But the point I was going to make before is just the fact that Dragon's up, so you can't, the Dragon's going to be up, so you can't keep doing that. That will be soul for LNG. You're going to have to contest. You can't just look to trade that for some tower. So I feel like BLG are just going to keep trying to have Bin in a side lane for now. Rotate him over. Engage comes through, though.
Yeah, they do get a little bit of an engage. The mid lane tier 2 will fall. There's a hook down onto Sion, but again, he's a very tanky boy. He does not care if he's tanking the tower for an absolute age. We will see Doinb now with the package. And honestly, it's just difficult. You're 4v5. I don't know how you're able to kill this cannon, let alone defend your base. Especially
when you have just rockets flying in your face consistently. And Doinb built a death stance.
Yeah, how do you kill him? You don't. That's the funny thing. You just don't. You will just use the package as it was timing out. Won't have that now for the potential dragon fight, but we might see another fight coming in on top of this. Cyclone has been used as Tarzan gets himself into the mist. That's a good ultimate there from the Nautilus, forcing a flash out of light to get away from the hook. Wei trying to go in with the Cyclone, but is he going to be tanky enough? They're all on top of the Scion. He's not taking any damage right now, and now they can re-engage with the cooldowns that they have. It's a double kill for Light as he starts to take over this team fight like we thought he could. He's going to be able to separate the last 2 or 3 members on the side of BLG as Tarzan cleans up Bin. And that's going to be all she wrote for this game. LNG, it was a bit rocky at the start, but they kept composed, they kept their structure, and they kept themselves in this series.
Yeah, LNG able to pull out a win through some nice mid-game team fighting. They're going to equal out these kills. And I mean, a solid 26-minute win.
I mean, it looked a little bit like BLG had a formula for it, but LNG just came back with a vengeance. And despite all the early setbacks, Doinb was just there to put out the DPS. And